Hey guys, this is Rahul and recording the first ride. So I bought my last motorcycle about 10 years ago, and that was also September. Did not get to record the first ride of it. So I'm already geared up. Let's take a look. Let's see, that's the camera setup. These are the new gloves, as you can see. Beautiful full contact gloves from Scala with nice protectors, and also this is the Triumph Scrambler, as you can understand. Oh, very nice field of view. The camera is kind of set to the ultra wide, so I hope you can see a very nice field of view. Let's start it right up. Oh, I love the sound. বসে যাও। I've ridden this bike before. Pretty comfortable on the bike. Now, a lot of people have mentioned that this motorcycle has a little bit of an issue with the front brake feedback being a little bit less, because this has the normal pads versus the center pads on the Speed 400. I can say that the brake doesn't engage that well in the first part of the lever pressing. In the second part, it engages, so it requires a little bit more effort than what I'm used to. Bite is a little bit less, but there's a lot of progressive braking. So initially, when the KTM Duke 390 came out, it didn't have the center pads, and the master cylinder was also not that great, and it had the same kind of braking issues. On this bike, it's deliberate, however, to give it that lighter braking feel in off-road, which is better, because otherwise in off-road riding conditions, the the front wheel kind of locks up, and that can cause a crash. So that's not very much so there is a little bit of gear shifting issue, and that's not due to the bike. Mainly it's a new bike, so might be a little bit harder on the shifts. There is an issue, which is the new boots that I'm wearing, so that can cause a little bit of an issue in shifting. Already up to 4th gear, 60 kilometers per hour, or maybe 70. We're around 4000 rpm, which is great, and we have green signal, so we just push forward. Mirrors are not adjusted. Let's just check that out. Yes. So mirrors are a little bit mirrors are not very well adjusted, and the mirror came off, so they've not tightened up the screws properly. This I should have checked during PDI, but I haven't, so that's my mistake. Anyways, the mirrors are adjusted now. We're heading over to the fuel stop because they don't really give that much fuel. We're already on the 5th gear, doing 40. What I must say is this motorcycle does not have that much knocking when you go to the lower speeds with a higher gear. Generally, my 390 would have started knocking badly if I was doing 5th gear 40 kilometers per hour. Still, that is not something I intend to do, because it's better to just shift it down a couple of notches. But if you are riding within the city, you don't really need to be on the perfect gear all the time like it was with my KTM. And the engine sound is kind of a very nice rumbling sound. It's a single cylinder, but it doesn't have the harshness that generally single cylinder motorcycles have. It's a bassy, nice sound with a rhythmic beating. I don't know how this will sound in the higher RPMs. We are going over some bad patches of road. The bike is absorbing it quite well. There's 150 millimeters of suspension travel, which is a little bit more than the Speed 400. And what our other riders have said is that this is what gives this motorcycle a better stability in the highways as well as on bad roads, which I feel in India we encountered that a lot. This is a pretty easy bike to ride. I mean, this is my second time riding it. I have taken a test drive before, but what I see is that it's pretty easy bike to ride. Update about the riding boots feel. I am getting one foot completely down and the other toe down as well at the same time. So I was expecting that the reach will be a little bit of tiptoey, but somehow it's not, because I can get one foot down completely, and in the other area still, even with this foot completely down, my other foot still manages to reach at least toe level. So that's a secure grip. If I manage to do both sides centered, then it's both toes, but a little bit more, not the tippy toes. So very easy bike to reach. And if you wanna lean a little bit, then you can get one foot down completely, which gives you a really nice confidence. And I'm 5'8", 173 odd centimeters, which is a little bit less for some taller bikes, but at least on this bike I feel fine. And I've ridden the 390 Adventure. That bike also I felt I was a little bit more on tippy toes. Yet on this bike I feel quite fine. So pattering around in the city, I'm doing only about 22 kilometers per hour, and I'm in the third gear, and the bike's still managing quite fine. So in the city, third and fourth gear is sufficient to get you around town in busy traffic. A lot of people have said, I was watching some videos on YouTube, that they don't use the first gear on this motorcycle at all. That might not be how I intend to use it. I can completely understand why they would do something like that, because okay, so first time hitting the highway, we have some bad patches of road. I shouldn't be doing this, but yeah, very good. That was every motorcycle will do that, but I did not feel much pain on the back or on the wrists, which means the shock absorbers are doing their job. On other motorcycles, sure, I would have felt something. The right mirror is not properly adjusted. Now it is. Yes, the mirrors, though they're kind of round and retro, they are pretty much usable, functional, because they've given some really big levers to project the mirrors outward, so there's no elbow viewing almost. It's a very clean vision, at least on the right one, which I've adjusted perfectly. On the left one, there's still some elbow viewing, but still it's usable. Still on the 6th gear, we're hitting around 4,500 RPM. There's a little bit of vibration setting in on the foot pegs, not so much on the handlebars. I am wearing full gauntlet gloves and boots, so if I'm feeling vibrations, then every other rider would feel it, because with this much riding gear, generally a little bit of vibrations are dampened out. I'm still flat gearing on the 6th. I hit 6th gear quite early on this bike. This bike is kind of making me short shift, which was the opposite in KTM. KTM I used to really pull the thing before I shifted on high RPMs. This bike, 7,500 RPM, I think it's giving me the signal to upshift. And honestly, being a new bike, this is just got couple of kilometers on the odo, which means that now 9 kilometers. When I got it out of the dealership, it was only couple of kilometers on the Odo. So with just 2 kilometers on the Odo, you feel you know kind of feel that you are the one to break it in. Sometimes people ride the motorcycles into the dealerships from their warehouses. Not on this motorcycle. This is completely brand new. 2 kilometers on the Odo when I took it out. Now it's 9, so that means I've ridden 7 kilometers already. This bridge, I know, is very bouncy. I have ridden quite a few motorcycles on this in this segment, the Honda Highness, the Royal Enfield Classic 350. Haven't ridden the Himalayan and such, which are more direct competitors to this motorcycle, but this bike is doing the undulations quite well, because this bridge, those who have ridden it, they know how bad bounces this bridge gives. And also first time using the horn. Truck, the truck will probably go to the left side. I forgotten to. Oh shit! I have forgotten to. Oh, wow! Just looks amazing. Raining down, no wonder do you lost that aspiration? Give up hope, but failure's all you know. And we're all a sign of some frustration. Let it go. Push it through a corner. The front end feel is okay. I didn't expect it to have that kind of front end feel as kind of like a naked sport bike. I didn't buy this motorcycle for that. I do have a kind of a habit of getting a little bit aggressive on the corners, which I didn't want to do but still this bike's gonna corner quite okay. And I need to look for a U-turn. So that I can. Okay, so there is a U-turn, but this doesn't look like a proper U-turn. The power can be a bit tricky. Concerned about the tippy toes. দাদা বেরোবো কোনখান দিয়ে Oh, here, found the place. Yeah, I was a bit worried about the reach. Have to practice on that department. Oh, petrol pump. I think I missed the entry. It's okay. So that's Shobik riding with me. He has been riding with me all his life. Johnny. You know, I loved naked bikes because the kind of handling they provided, and when you hit a bunch of twisty roads, there is no better feel. You don't need to be as leaned forward as on a sport bike, where you get, I would say, 80% of the handling of it on a proper sporty naked bike. But Indian road conditions have become so bad that a properly tuned sporty front suspension will give you hell on bad road conditions. And looking at my progressing age, I just wanted to get a motorcycle which can handle the bad roads, as well as give it a little bit of fun on the twisties. Maybe not the typical fun that I was used to, but still, I don't want a motorcycle that is not comfortable, because when your motorcycle is comfortable, that is when you would want to ride it over long distances.